This is Micro 2.0, and today I'm going to take everything that's inside of this and stick it into a package that looks way less red and also has a handle that's fit for a human hand. Ka-chow! Reshells. We talked about in the opening, they're a thing all of a sudden. This is the LZRD by Foam Blasted. Says that on the bottom there. I wanted to get super colorific with these, and this is kind of my problem with this one. One of these sides, because they are, just solid pieces, one of these sides takes me like 4 hours to print. So I just did colored panels on them and called it a day. At some point I may reprint these when I have time to just let it cook and just do like orange barrels and white frames and black grips and blue components and really do it up. But for right now, this is what we're going to do to get this video shot. There are two variants of this. There's the variant here, which uses the pre-existing screws from a Micro 2.0, and there is a heat set variant. We are going to do the basic one. These are screws for another project that is me rebuilding a different kind of micro. So need 6 screws to put this thing together. And this is probably the most legitimate reshell of the reshells I've seen. And what I mean by that is most of the Domo reshells, in fact all of the Domo reshells, get rid of basically everything but maybe like the catch, the plunger rod, and the actual like plunger assemblies. This straight up uses all the same parts as the base unit. It uses the same plunger rod, it uses the same plunger tube, it even uses the same, I got all these screws, right? Yeah, this thing just irritates me. It even uses the same catch and trigger. I am, however, gonna go after this with some lube because there is no reason not to use lube. These things don't come really ready to go. They're designed for children, not for strange man children like me. So go ahead and lube your O-rings. There we go. And then this can go back in here. Give that spring a little pinch. That surface looks pretty good, but lube. There we go. And then literally just all of this is now garbage. And this goes on here like so. And we run in these 6 screws. I left the restrictor in there. We're gonna have to take that out. That ain't gonna do. This is the latest reshell from Domochevsky, which superficially goes together like all his other reshells. The difference is this one uses Micro 2.0. So the Micro 2.0 is not the Micro that all of his other designs and Noom used. And you can tell a Micro 2.0 because it kind of looks like a Menace. And it's got this different priming rod assembly, right? I see a lot of interesting going on with this because this priming rod is 2 pieces. And people will design new rods and just remove this. So I've already lubed this. I've already got it to go. So it just goes right there in the plunger tube where it is normally. Moves good. Your normal Domo reshell design, right? It's got a cavity that the plunger tube goes into. Push your spring down in there so it seats. I will say, using the catch mechanism from the 2.0 instead of the catch mechanism from the 1.0, this is already easier to put together. Plate goes on. For the record, if Domo is watching this, no, I didn't look at your installation instructions this time. I'm just building it how it feels like it works. And I feel like that's the best test of your design. As always, Hodo Electric Screwdriver, not a sponsor, but definitely great. I'm going to put 4 screws in this, but 6 in total. You're retaining all the screws from your 2.0, except I think there's one short one that you don't use. Okay, so that's your first sub-assembly, right? Works good. It has an optional screw-in muzzle device. I like that this exists because it means people will like lengthen it to make fake silencers and stuff, and that'll be truly just super cool. So that's our first sub-assembly. Second sub-assembly is to get this trigger and catch in place. So I'm gonna say that it's Domo, and therefore he will have made this as idiot-proof as possible in his beautiful German brain. Do I need to... Which way does this want to catch, Domo? It's got to catch this way. Yeah, because that's the slope. So that goes in there like that. His new trigger would then go in here like this, right? Yep, that's exactly how that's going to work. That's pretty cool. So your 2 grip panels, I'm going to do this one first because this will keep things captive that I want kept captive while I put the rest of it together. Yep. Second pin, only 2 pins in this design, which I think is a good idea, Domo. Less pins is a good idea, man. Don't make me get out the hammer. There we go. Pins are in, and then the trigger will just slide in here like this. Yep. You know what the trigger could use? A little lube. There's always time for lube. All the sliding surfaces get a little lube. Get a little lube. Boop, boop. Get a little lube. Boop, boop. Yeah, that already feels better. This is just going to sit on here like so. And all of these surfaces should just go into place. Oh yeah, this is going to be cool, Domo. There we go. So there we go. Micro 2.0 Reshell 1 from Genco Megawerks. Works superficially similar to pretty much everything you've ever fired. Looks really cool. The muzzle device is optional. I just like it. I think I'd actually like a shorter one. I think I'd like one like 1/4 of this length, just to give it some protrusion. But that's a pretty good one, Domo. I like that a lot. They're micro reshells. They're basically the same blaster. They've got the same plunger tube, they've got the same plunger rod, they've got the same spring, the same catch, all that kind of stuff. They have different triggers because Domo's reshell does use a different trigger, but otherwise basically the same blaster. I, in general, love Domo's work. I like his design language. I like the simple and kind of elegant nature of how he works, and the big complicated nature of how he makes things work that shouldn't work. And I really, really like this blaster. It looks like the little sidearm from Babylon 5. The name escapes me, and my friends are going to yell at me, but it really has that same vibe, and I dig that, and it's comfortable in the hand. It's got that Genco grip that kind of started with like Hollander, and he's kind of kept through all of these reshells, that I really, really like. Like, it does something for me. The LZRD, the Lizard, whatever Foam Blasted wants to call this thing, this is great. This is really, really cool, and I really, really like the shape of it too. The issue is, because of the nature it's designed with these big, simple one-piece prints for the two sides to clamshell together, it lacks color variability without just super long wait times. And I wish that it had more components to give me more color pop, but it's also so simple that it's really, really appealing. Also, the grip is large, the grip is chunky, the grip is super comfortable, and it's got this horn that protects my meaty hand from getting bit by this thing, which I really, really like. I present 6 1/2 dozen. If you like this smaller, kind of more discreet package, this is a super great option. And if you like a bigger, chunkier package, this is a great option. I might paint it. That might be the ticket here. But yeah, micro reshells. Pick one, build one. They're both great.